Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Peace Dealer, and this video is long overdue. So first and foremost, there will be a part 4. There's really only supposed to be part 3s, but I am making a part 4. I want to do part 4 more professionally. But welcome to the secret path, or rather, the initiation of the secret path, part 3. Pluto Scorpios, you've been feeling this, okay? Like, if you resonated with my part 1, you're gonna really love part 3. If you haven't seen part 1 and 2, watch part 1. Part 2 is really more an astrological breakdown per sign, which I want to theme part 4 around. I want part 4 kind of be huge. If you haven't seen part 1, watch part 1. That's a banger, okay? Especially if you have Pluto Scorpio, Pluto Sag, Pluto Virgo. I've made videos for you. I'm gonna revisit those too, okay? Let's see, Pluto Libra, we're gonna hit you for Jupiter Aries, and then when the South Node goes into Libra, you're gonna get your video series, because you guys already went through the Pluto square, so Pluto Libra, like, that's the last thing for y'all, all right? It's a huge deal. That North Node Aries, if you were born in 87, 86, that message is for you too. Pluto Sagittarius, you're gonna get your video series with Saturn and Pisces. The South Node, we already went through that, so I want to kind of talk more about that. Pluto Virgo, you're gonna have the Saturn opposite your Pluto. We got you. So don't worry, like, if I don't talk about your Pluto this video, we're not only gonna get to your Pluto, like, there's whole documentary series in the works about your Pluto. All right, shout out to other content creators and astrologers who do their own documentaries. The more we do our own pieces, the better. Like, this knowledge just needs to come out. So yeah, this is for Pluto Scorpio, baby. Pluto Scorpio is the most important Pluto generation, just due to the fact that not only am I super biased, but Pluto rules Scorpio. So just dead that. We're the most taboo, controversial generation. We're the most hated generation, the hated millennials. So Pluto Scorpio, this South Node transit, as a spirit plane is flying above me, is the most significant transit for you, B. Okay, you just finished your Saturn return. So all Pluto Scorpios have completed their Saturn returns. The strange ones with Saturn Pisces that passed the Taurus and the New Gen, you're the only ones to come into this now. But Saturn Scorpio, born in 84, 85, they had their Saturn return. The Andrew Tates, 86, 87, they done had their Saturn return in Sag. The Saturn Caps, the Goat Squad, 88, 89, 90, we done had our Saturn return. The Weirdos, 91, 92, who got the short end of the stick, 93, the ones who have all the knowledge and they're the strongest, but also got fucked over the worst out of all of us, Saturn Aquarius, they just finished their Saturn return. They hate all of you motherfuckers. Saturn Aquarius hates all you bitches. Saturn Aquarius, Pluto Scorpio especially, hates all you bitches. Like, they've seen your true colors. They don't fuck with any of you now. And we told you so. Anyway, and Saturn Pisces, that's it. 94, 95, that's it. They're the last ones to come of age, and it's over for you bitches. Okay? Pluto Sagittarius is going to create the new world, and then Pluto Capricorn is going to be the rulers of that new world. And then Pluto Aquarius are going to be the evil genius babies that'll just take over Parliament and Congress and everything. And then Pluto Pisces, hopefully you're not alive by then, unless you like poltergeists. But that's if you survive the alien invasion and vampire subjugation of Pluto Aqua. I'm not even going to say anything more. Pluto Scorpio! Listen up, y'all. Pluto Libra came into power during Pluto Capricorn, because when Pluto squares your Pluto, this breaks you through a lot of the unconscious dynamics that bring up extreme facets that for Pluto Libra dealt with society, racism, sexism, right? If you look at people who were born in Pluto Libra, they were major movers and shakers 2020, for better or for worse. Okay, so Pluto Scorpio, we're up next with Pluto Aquarius. It's gonna be ugly, it's gonna be intense, but fuck it, baby. Being Pluto Scorpio during Pluto Aquarius is like being Pluto Scorpio when the Boston Tea Party happened. Not marathon. I keep on getting those confused. But that Tea Party event and the Revolutionary War, think about all the Pluto Scorpios who were in their young 20s and 30s at that time, or 30s and 40s at that time, being a part of revolution. That's you right now, okay? This Pluto Scorpio message applies whether you're Pluto Scorpio or not, in that the purpose of this message is going to speak of the South Nodal influence of South Node and Scorpio on Pluto. If you're born in Pluto Scorpio, you have a 1 in 256 year alignment, and all of you represent the pure energy that has been welling up since you were born. Chances are you have this sextile Uranus or Neptune in Capricorn. And even if you have it in Sag, that's at least a 30-year minimum. You have the potential to harness pure energy at a level which bestows supernatural results. If you thought that you'd be able to harness that before you were 30, you were probably a Scorpio or higher, which had the spiritual awareness to activate this. But even then, those people still had to wait till 30 to fully harness it. So now the key thing here is most of you with this Pluto Scorpio placement have had your Saturn return. The only exception is Saturn and Pisces. They're so magical, they don't really need the full power return to already harness this, because Pluto trines their Saturn. I'm preaching. If you're Pluto Scorpio, you're resonating every single cell of your body with what I'm saying. You are getting ready to unlock supernatural energy that you harness like you see in the movies and in the anime. Our generation is the first to do this because Pluto Sagittarius, kids born after 95, awaken supernatural, magical, godlike potential at a godlike level. And that is heavily induced and influenced by the mass unlocking of power of hundreds of thousands of, how do I say this? I don't want to say starseeds or indigos, but you all that are a part of this new generation, but specifically 83 to 95, you all have secret wisdom, occult, hidden Scorpio understanding that through your unique expression of this Pluto Scorpio energy will spread this wisdom and knowledge in your own ways. Whether you do it as a terrorist, whether you do it as a criminal, whether you do it as a hero, whether you do it as an anti-hero, whether you do it as a prisoner of war, whether you do this as a politician, whether you do this as a school teacher, your existence is so fucking controversial right now because Uranus is trining your Uranus in Capricorn, or King Kung it in Sagittarius. Okay, this is so key. You, for the first time ever in your whole life, are able to unlock the full potential of this, because when South Node was on this Pluto Scorpio before, you didn't come of age. You weren't even old enough to drink alcohol, motherfucker. Now you're old enough to fight in wars and make decisions that influence the entire collective. And so this is going to take the entirety of wisdom that as a process you've been unlocking, and because of the unexpected quality of Uranus, you having Pluto Scorpio, you feel this already. If you have Pluto Libra, you're experiencing this in your own way. If you have Pluto Virgo, you're experiencing this in your own way. But really, whereas Pluto Sagittarius is advanced and coming into these people born after 95 are advanced and coming into these abilities before any of us, they haven't come of age yet. They haven't had their Saturn return. So they lack the experience and the power to harness it. We have finally returned our power. And the reason why we take that gradual process is because it's better that way. If we were advanced, we wouldn't have to, but whereas people born in 91 and 92 have the Saturnian advanced knowledge, this Pluto Scorpio enables at the deepest or at the most potent depth of understanding and transformation, this apotheosis. So, let's make sense of all this. There's so much, there's like almost millions, if not trillions of processes that the systematic functions of your body harnessed. Like your auto nervous system is a miracle. The fact that you have an auto nervous system that helps you breathe and carry functions from your brain to your heart is proof that you're a gangster, like you're a badass. You need to stop doubting the trillions of cells that literally at your command do what you want. And you have a whole auto nervous system so that you don't have to think about these complex processes of your own fucking body. So, what if you activated mind over matter in a supernatural sense of this thing? What if you had psychic abilities that worked auto nervously too? What if, like mutants, some of you had passive abilities and active abilities? What if some of your passive abilities were just what you have thought were mundane physiological functions, but as you activate more conscious awareness on these functions, they turn magical? These aren't necessarily what ifs, because every single one of you watching this has an answer in your own unique experience, because your spirit is like a snowflake. So what you experience in your power is different from other people's powers. That being said, given the auto-nervous quality of your systematic function and how genius your brain is in its ability to unite all the systems of your body to work as just one, so that your spirit, your soul, and your body can function as just one being, this enables you to harness God, energy. Okay, in God we trust. This enables you to harness energy. What if you had latent energy that you never used? Extra energy that you can harness at will. That relative to your ability to build and grow has a limit, some of you limitless, and you can harness this at will, at the expense of your own physiological function. You can harness more energy to produce supernatural effects at a cost. You're spending your own currency of your unique energy that you've been cultivating to spend and manifest enhanced physiological function, enhanced brain function. What if now with Saturn squaring this in Aquarius, you're coming into the knowledge of how to actually direct and control this instead of just being an unconscious auto-nervous influence? And just like in these animes and movies, you now have unlocked the ability to harness this latent energy. Mind you, the last time Pluto was in Scorpio was 256 years ago. So when you hear about these ancients who learned how to harness chi, this is now updated relative to this generation that enables you to personalize this in a way that's not like being a monk on a mountain. Now you have technology to help augment your unique way. Like, you don't have to feel like, oh, I don't have this ancient wisdom. Bitch, you are the reincarnated ancient wisdom. You're bringing it to life. So if you're older, if you were born before 83, the South Node will unlock you in a way to account for your experience. So you've already understood this knowledge because you've long since come of age. If you're born after 95, you're advanced to where you're already connecting with this because you're part of the new generation. You're creating the new world, but you still have yet to come of age. So that puts Pluto Libra and Pluto Scorpio in a very crucial position. You're really going to start to embrace how everyone has something here. But the manifestation of this is the South Node goes through Pluto Scorpio and your specific Pluto. The quality of energy you'll be unlocking will be like you struck oil within. Because the North Node Taurus mission for y'all is to remember that your value and wealth is inside, kiddos. You don't need to work a job. Listen to me. You don't need to work a job. You don't need to give away your power. You have all the energy you need within. It's the responsibility and accountability to harness your energy every day and go within. So the effects of this with Uranus and Taurus is you guys are going to start manifesting miracles that aren't really miracles, but just evidence of your latent power. Those of you who've been healing, you're healing people of AIDS and cancer. Those of you who've been doing predictions, you're predicting stuff more spot on. And it's really more applications of stuff you've been doing. If you've been running track, you're running your 100 meter that much faster because you're starting to harness the unlocked Pluto Scorpio energy. Study Pluto Scorpio. It's one of the strongest energies in the zodiac other than Sun and Leo. Okay, so keep that in mind. You may, as watching this, already be starting to experience this. People, because it's opposite your Pluto, will be the ones giving you receipts of the effects of your own energy and power. So if you want to see a part 4, comment it below. Where is Pluto and Scorpio on your chart? What house is it? That'll let you know where this is breaking through. Godspeed.